You're watching L28.
If you call that home.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
Welcome to Antelope Valley High School, Lancaster, California. Golden League football action. Tonight, the Palmdale Falcons, 2-4, 1-2 in conference, versus the Antelope Valley Lopes. They're 3-0 in conference. They're essentially playing for first place. I'm Larry Wolf, along with Joe Leo, and you're watching it all right here on L28. Joe, we got a good one tonight.
Oh my gosh, we do have a good one today, Larry, and it is a good one. I'm talking about the rivalry between Antelope Valley Antelopes against the Palmdale Falcons, and this is a matchup for the league here as these two will battle it out.
We talked with AD of AV, Jason Chronister, and he said, well, this is a rivalry that goes on forever. Last year, of course, Palmdale won 23-22 in a close one, a heartbreaker, and we expect a close game tonight.
Definitely here at Brett Newcomb Stadium here at Mays Field. The Antelopes are led by James Vonder, two-time CIF champion from Quartz Hill, and he's about to create a new culture and a new foundation. They're all about moving forward, and I can't wait to see what he has in store for us today.
We will see. They have an RPO run-pass option offense. They try to stop the spread. They have a 3-3-5 designed to stop the spread, and of course that's what Palmdale runs. They run 2 wide receivers left and 2 right, and we should have a really interesting tactical matchup tonight.
Absolutely. I remember in our last telecast some time ago, Quartz Hill against Palmdale, and that was a great matchup. Even though Quartz Hill dominated that game, Palmdale did give them some problems.
AV, of course, they're 3-0. They're essentially playing for first place. Highland is 4-0. If the Lopes could win tonight, they'll be alone or tied for first place with Highland. And, of course, Palmdale's trying to get to 1-1 in conference. It should be a hard-fought contest, to say the least.
Definitely. And the JV game before us, Larry, 12-0, Palmdale won that game. I don't know if that hints at any foreshadowing today, but I do expect a really close game, even Steven, going down to the wire.
It looks as though the Lopes have won the toss and will receive the kick. We're just about ready to begin the action. If I recall, Brandon Valdivia kicked very well in the Quartz Hill game a couple weeks ago.
He certainly did, yeah. And looks like to receive for the Lopes, if I can look back there, we got Jair, a.k.a. Tudor, in the back to receive the senior. He's an athlete, playing utility, multiple positions. But Larry, take a look there. Looking
pretty interesting formation. They have 4 players back in the direction where the ball might go. And there's kind of a gap. You have to be careful of a possible pushed punt in the air that could fall between everyone for an, in effect, onside kick.
If I were Palmdale, I would try to do some strategy to counter that, but AV definitely has a plan in the making here for this return.
Valdivia has the ball on the tee at the 40, and we're just about underway. They're calling for noise here at Brent Newcomb Stadium, Maysfield. Valdivia raises the hand, waits for the whistle. And we are underway. Short kick. Lopes will gather it in about the 25, coming to the near sideline, trying to break free, thrown down hard at about the 29-yard line.
That was Malik Washington with a couple yards on that return. Also the starting quarterback for the Antelopes.
Malik likes to play like a guy from Miami.
They call him a little Kyler Murray running around there. And I can't wait to see. It'll be my first time on eyes watching Malik Washington in action.
Two wide receivers split to the right, two to the left. They're in a spread now. Gavin Houston, the lone setback. It's a keeper. That's actually Alexander, who is playing quarterback. Houston, fake getting the ball, so to speak.
That was like you said, a Jair Alexander off the run option going up to the right there.
They call him the athlete. He plays quarterback, defensive back. He's a transfer. He's only played 3 games this year because he transferred in and they made him sit out some games.
From a pretty reputable school, Lusinger. Yeah.
They're highly ranked. Houston, lone setback. He's a powerful runner. Look in pass. Incomplete. Not even close.
Dwayne Ross, the target on that, really was engulfed in his route. He didn't look back, lost eye contact from his quarterback, so the reason for that incomplete.
Ross actually is also the punter for the Lopes. 3rd down and about 7. Just the start of our game, the Falcons and the Lopes. Two wide receivers split to the right. Give to Houston. Wrapped up and stopped at about the 34-yard line, shy of the first down. It'll be a punting situation.
That's Houston, like you said here, averaging about 7.7 yards per carry.
He's the workhorse. He already has 7 TDs. He also plays basketball and volleyball. A lot of very good athletes. Punting situation. I believe Medrano is the kicker and the punter. Can you see his number?
Let me see if I can grab. It was kind of turned to me. I think
it's Ross. I think it's
Ross, yeah. Number 9.
That's what I mentioned a moment ago, but I didn't see the number, and I wanted to confirm. He's going to keep it. Fake punt. They're not going to make it. Stop shy of the first down. A fake punt.
Ooh.
Big turnover on downs.
What a gamble. And now the Lopes and giving Palmdale their territory now and heavily in the Lopes territory. So hopefully the defense can make up for that.
Palmdale with great field position now at the 34-yard line. Once again, the Lopes play a 3-3-5 designed to stop the spread. And, of course, Palmdale runs the spread big time.
And speaking of defense, we're going to be on the lookout for Deshaun Lewis, number 9, the junior, averaging about 8.6 tackles per game. Be on the lookout here as Palmdale.
Suarez is the quarterback, takes the snap, looks to his right. Steps up in the pocket, throws deep, way overthrowing everyone into the end zone, incomplete. Joseph Mason played quarterback a few weeks ago. Joshua Suarez was warming up today, and he was actually throwing passes, and Mason was running patterns.
Wow.
So they were prepared for this. Quarterback change for Palmdale.
And this rivalry, I mean, for us here living in Lancaster, is pretty much like the Lakers and the Celtics, if I could put an analogy or comparison.
As one that suffered through the 60s many years ago, I know that rivalry. Suarez has the snap, pitches it to his left, into the flat with some running room, near the first down marker.
That was Marciano Salazar, the senior, 5'10", on the carry going on the left of the field for Palmdale.
Palmdale throwing some different players than we've seen in the past. Salazar has the first down.
Their big tight end, the 5'10", getting that first down for Palmdale.
Salazar waits. Man in motion to the left. That's Cisneros. Up the gut they go. Pushing forward, stacked up not too far beyond the line of scrimmage. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. We'll see where they place it.
They're trying to go with Marciano Salazar again. Instead of throwing the ball to him, they handed it off, and he tried to go up the gut.
2nd down and 7.
Yeah, first quarter action, about 9 minutes and 20 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
Mason comes out. He looks like he's going to go to wide receiver. Cisneros, they're going to overload the right side. Mason. Cisneros on the right. One receiver split to the left. Looking downfield. Goes toward the corner of the end zone.
Oof.
Overthrown.
Flags.
Maybe a hold. Pass interference perhaps.
Target again was that Marciano Salazar right there on the left side of the field. And like you said, Larry, just overthrew him.
We'll see what they count off. They're walking against the Lopes, it looks like. No, it's an offensive penalty. I thought the flag was from the secondary.
Fans liking that call there, as Palmdale will get a penalty.
Now they're going against Antelope Valley. Did you see him walk in the other direction?
I did. Now we're switching it back to AV. Okay.
We were right to begin with, wrong with our correction. 1st down now. Palmdale threatening here in the first quarter. 8:58 remaining. Suarez waiting, and I think they may have taken too much time.
False start on Palmdale now, so referees throwing out the flag party right there, and that false start on Palmdale.
Our referees today, actually tonight, Nick Theus, the ref, Eric Josephson, the umpire, Ed Roach is the head linesman, Renee Saldana, the line judge, John Sargent, the back judge. Here comes the snap and the look for the end zone. Overthrown out of bounds on the far side of the end zone.
Target.
No flags.
Yeah, target was Christian Connolly on that, number 0 on the left side. The senior 6'2", 190 for Palmdale.
Joshua Suarez at the helm, running the offense. Mason is in the game playing wide receiver. Cisneros. Jashawn Walker as well on the right side. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Suarez waits.
I'm looking at the bottom of your screen there, number 8, Jashawn Walker.
A keeper up the middle he goes.
Ooh.
Slides down near the 10-yard line.
Even our camera was faked out on that misdirection play there, Larry.
I'm not sure if they can get a first down or not. It looks like the yard marker is not in the end zone, but it's close. 3rd down and 9, and if they get a first, it'd be at maybe the half-yard line, perhaps.
I'm rather pleased with AV's defensive stance on this possession here. Though going 4 and out, they're holding it down here in the red zone.
Suarez remains as the quarterback. Waits for the snap. Little misdirection. The ball's on the ground, and that's going to
all the Lopes pointing to their possession.
Stop the Falcons, perhaps. I'm not sure who came up with the ball.
It's a pile of sorts there, Larry.
A scrum underneath. Who's got the ball? It's going to set up 4th down and long. No, the Lopes have it.
Lopes got it.
I thought Wall had the ball. I thought number 8 had the ball. Either way you slice it, the Lopes have dodged a bullet here in the first quarter. After giving up really dangerous field position, they'll start again on offense. It was all set up by a fake punt.
Right. And here go the Lopes trying to make their presence felt here on this possession.
Rayshon Hawkins is playing wide receiver on the left now. He was the projected quarterback.
When we spoke with Coach running back Coach Reeves, he said that AV has a lot of weapons, and we're probably going to see that later today.
They're using him tonight, I believe. Alexander is at quarterback again. 2 backs. They give it to the bigger back, and that's Houston bursting into the secondary, still on his feet. Dragged down at the 30, first down. Hard, tough run.
I think that was the Twan Flint, the Antoine Flint, the senior, the power back.
It was DeAntoine. Hard power run off tackle to the right. Burst into the secondary, had 10, 12 yards, and a first down.
What a run, Larry. I mean, that guy was just powering through the Palmdale defense.
Now they give up the middle.
Ooh.
Breaking into the secondary for a moment, getting first down yardage again, all the way to the 43-yard line. Rayshon Hawkins gave us the old first down mark. Letting the stadium know they got it. Lopes on the move here in the first quarter. Alexander remains the quarterback. Houston the lone setback. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right, a tight end. They're going to pass. Little screen pass.
There goes the Flint.
Flint tackled near the 45.
That was Diego Leon from Palmdale on the lone set.
We've got a kid named Noah making his presence known in the press box, saying hi. Right now the Lopes are moving the football. They're out to the 45. 5:34 remaining in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers split to the right, including Washington. 2 to the left. Essentially the spread. Rolls to his left, looks downfield, throws deep downfield. Good coverage there, incomplete near the 20.
Target was intended to Malik Washington right there on the right side, making some separation from the defense, but just couldn't get the catch.
3rd down and about 8.5. Speck, one of the wide receivers to the right. Keeper cutting to the outside. First down yardage and then some. All the way inside the 40-yard line. Alexander kept it all the way.
Jair Tudor Alexander on that carry, giving a nice first down for the Lopes, Larry. What do you think about that?
Nice, powerful, ball control drive starting deep in their own territory after the stop. Fumble recovery, if you will. It was on 3rd and long. They made a big defensive play. Flint in motion to the right. Look out for the screen. They give to Houston the other way. Houston tackled at the 32. There's a flag.
On the stop there was Joseph Mason, number 7.
I'm going to wait until I really see them walking.
Right.
They're looking in the direction of the Lopes, and it looks like there's some sort of a holding penalty.
Thanks for confirming that, Larry. I thought there was a flag on the play.
There sure was, and they march it off against the Lopes. It's going to be about 12 and a half yards for a first down now. Alexander, and I believe Houston. I think Flint is in the slot on the left. Flint and Houston look alike. They're very stocky. Alexander to throw, looks downfield, has a man open, bringing it in nicely, and tackled at the 20-yard line. Beautiful play. I believe that was Bogan.
Yep, you got it right. Dion Bogan, the running back, also junior 5'9", 150 with a nice catch. He first, it bounced off his hands, and then he just cradled it in. And, wow. What a catch.
First down at the 18-yard line. AV on the move, trying to draw first blood here. 3:55 remaining in the first quarter. Alexander has the snap. Gives to Houston. Houston pulls his way forward. Has about, I would say, 5 or 6. Up the gut.
Yeah, up the gut there, Gavin Houston. If you're a defensive back, you got a lot to stop because that's 196 pounds coming straight right to you.
Flint and Houston are big, tough backs, and they're going to wear you down as the night goes on. It's not like they had a lot of running room. They just powered through.
Just trucked on through.
They trucked on through, absolutely. Man in motion. Alexander waits. Looking for the end zone now. Tries to move inside. Tackle, though, for a loss of a couple.
It was number 5, Marciano Salazar, with the sack on that. But, Larry, one of my observations right now is that there's, like, different multiple players at the helm for AV at the quarterback position.
We were expecting Rashawn Hawkins. Alexander got the nod.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkins has been playing wide receiver. They still have Malik Washington. He's off to the right, along with Bogan. Washington and Bogan on the right. Houston the lone setback. There's actually 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ross is on the left. Another keeper for the moment.
Ooh.
And stopped shy of the first down by at least 5-7 yards.
Bringing up 4th down now, 4th and 8, Larry. Just under 2 minutes. The clock has been running.
Medrano is entering the game, so we're going to have a field goal attempt by the Lopes. Alexander Medrano. Looks like a 32-yard field goal. Line getting ready. 129. With all the runs, it really has made for a fast quarter. Only 125 now. Clock running. Line set. Here comes the snap. Down. Kick is blocked. Could have been returned. Laying down on the ground.
Joseph Mason catching the blocked field goal attempt.
I don't know. I think he had a seam on the near sideline that he could have taken off running. Played it safe, and that's, of course, often I think younger players don't play it safe enough, but in that case he may have had an opportunity there, but they got the block. We've got no score.
And it's been a battle so far here in this rivalry game. AV hosting the Palmdale Falcons, Larry, and this is definitely what we wanted. A really close game, 0-0 right now, and I don't know who has the momentum.
Most of the games we've had have been high scoring. So far, a defensive slugfest. Here come the Falcons. Antelope Valley 3-0, trying to stay in first place.
Ooh, he throws it down.
We might have intentional grounding. They're calling an incomplete pass, but I think the stands have some people that do believe it was intentional grounding. I don't know what the pass was.
I wonder what the refs are going to call. Yep, there's the yellow flag.
And that'll be the loss of a down as well.
You know, like I was saying in a couple telecasts before, it's all about taking care of that ball and not getting those penalties or turnovers, as that can be your Achilles heel during a game.
Palmdale's lucky they're marking it off, because you do that in the end zone and you can have a safety.
Mm-hmm. Palmdale in a close spot right there. See what AV can do.
They're in a hole. Suarez in the gun. 2nd down and 22. They just need some breathing room, if nothing else, to set up for a punter if they get stopped. And, of course, well, they could break something open. Suarez has the snap. Throws the pass. It's picked off. We have a pick six, I think. Actually tackled at the 1-yard line. Almost a pick six. Knifing forward. Jumping the route. And they're at the half-yard line.
That was a great interception by Dylan Archie, number 22 there, Larry. Scooping that up and spoiling the plans for Palmdale there.
Came within a half-yard of a pick six.
Fireworks, spectacular play there by number 22, Dylan Archie.
The defense offers great opportunity here for the Lopes. Looked like we were going to have a first quarter with no score, but right now the ball's at the half-yard line. Alexander in the gun. Has it.
Ooh.
Gives to Houston, and he's stacked up for a loss. I think Houston may have lost a couple yards.
Nice defensive stance by Palmdale. The wall of defense just collapsing on Houston.
Ball now just inside the 3, I would say. That's at least according to the yard marker. And, of course, they're guesstimating a little bit from their perception on the sideline. Actually, it looks to me like it's more inside the 2. Not as bad as I thought. Forward progress. Got it to about the 1.5-yard line.
Mm-hmm. In about 16, 15 seconds and counting. Here we go. See if they get the play in, Larry.
Standard pro set, quarterback sneak. Alexander is in. I see, actually, that's a fan. Now I see the referee. There's a fan on the far sideline that's in the game that signaled touchdown. The referee must have followed the lead. The Lopes have scored now 6-0.
And that was Jair Tudor Alexander with the quarterback sneak, putting that 6 points up for AV. Shout outs to the AV band there. Celebration for the touchdown.
Medrano will have his second kick now. Had the field goal blocked. Sets up for the extra point. 3 seconds on the clock. This should end the quarter. We'll see if they run the clock during the kick. It's down, kick up, looks good. It is right through. No time off the clock. 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 7-0, Antelope Valley.
AV on the board.
You're watching L28. Don't forget, Bark in the Park tomorrow, 10-5 at Steve Owen Memorial Park. Sweet treat fun activities and support small businesses for humans and pups alike. See you there, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't forget, Bark in the Park tomorrow.
Hey, Larry, let's go talk about Malik Washington, number 1. Malik Washington leading in receiving yards and interceptions for the Lopes. 28 yards per game, 3 interceptions and 5 touchdowns. He's definitely like a hit. We asked him what was his NFL player he would like to emulate. He said Tyreek Hill and players like that, and he definitely embodies that speed.
Not a bad choice. It's almost ironic. The Lopes had a great drive that got them nothing, and then, of course, It did give them field position, and they got the big interception, and it's 7-0. Palmdale will try to answer now.
And that was a great play again by Dylan Archie, the senior, with that interception, and got the Lopes to a great position, and that touchdown run by Alexander for the quarterback sneak. And here we are at 7-0.
Lopes will kick it off. Now Bedrano is the place kicker for field goals, but Dwayne Ross is going to boot it away as far as the kickoff. Low line drive kick coming down, picked up at about the 18, tackled at about the 30 after a 10-yard runoff. First down for Palmdale.
Joseph Mason on that return. And like you said, Larry, stopped right there at the 30.
That will do it for the quarter. Time has expired.
But what a quarter so far. Antelope Valley throwing the first haymaker with 7-0 here in the first quarter. And I would like to say they have the momentum so far.
No doubt now. If you need a fun place, a safe place to celebrate Halloween, join us at the LCC Trunk or Treat, August 31st. It's from 3 to 6 p.m. Costumes are encouraged, and admission is free. A fun, safe place to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, trunk or treats are really fun. I mean, it saves you from going from door to door. It's not your traditional trick or treating, but you can go from car to car, trunk to trunk, and scoop up on some candy.
I never knew what the trunk was in Trunk or Treat.
Yeah.
They have cars. I get it.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Great concept. I'm a little behind the Halloween times. Right now, the Antelope Valley Lopes are ahead of the times. Up 7-0. Falcons will try to answer. Out of the gun. Little screen pass way over the head of Paul Turner.
Way over his head, yeah. Palmdale looking a bit frazzled right now. They need to calm the nerves, and that's something of what the Lopes did with that touchdown. Really giving Palmdale maybe something to run for their money.
In the Quartz Hill game, Palmdale started off with real miscues from the offense and gave up 3 defensive touchdowns. They haven't had that much trouble tonight, but they're down 7-0. Out of the gun, I believe that's still Suarez.
Look at Christian Colony on the bottom of your screen right there, number 0.
Up the middle without a lot of running room. That was Salazar, I believe.
Marciano Salazar, kind of like a utility athlete player, possibly. He plays tight end and linebacker, but definitely a favorite go-to player for Palmdale.
Going to be 3rd and 9.5, maybe 8.5, I'll say. Conley once again at the bottom of the screen. Has the snap, looks downfield, throws a bomb way downfield. A man is open. Will he get it? I think he caught it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
At the 20-yard line.
Referee was waving incomplete.
He may have been out of bounds.
But
Palmdale's coming down. I think it's a completion.
It is a completion. Wow.
You said you saw it was waved incomplete?
I was seeing the side refs waving their hands. But it was complete.
The ball was underthrown a tad. It was a high throw.
And that's a perfect example of how Palmdale with that receiving core can be.
Pitch to the right. Tackled after a gain of perhaps 1. Falcons trying to answer here.
Marciano Salazar. Or was that Linares on the carry?
They're calling it no gain. Suarez out of the gun. 3 wide receivers now to the left, 1 to the right. Trying to spread the field. That's the whole point of the spread. Suarez throws toward the far sideline, overthrown at about the 8-yard line.
Intended target, James Linares, the running back, senior, 5'9", 165, right there on the right sideline of the field.
Once again, Suarez out of the gun. With a tighter formation, 2 wide receivers split a little bit to the left. Man in motion. They give it to him. Breaking 1 tackle. Breaks another. Tries to move inside and then driven down for about 4 yards. The tackle created about a 4-yard gain.
Pushing Paul Turner, number 15, a little bit forward there. The sophomore, 5'10", 150 from Palmdale.
Turner's a wide receiver. He was in motion, took the handoff. Let's see what the penalty is.
And I got to commend him on that last catch he did. Really nice catch.
They look like they're walking in the direction against the Falcons, who are moving back. Ten-yard mark off.
So Palmdale with that, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back on that penalty here.
That's a big penalty because it essentially takes them out of field goal range. They're probably in 4-down territory. They might play it that way. Suarez waiting. Has the snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield, still looking, throws for the end zone, has a man open. Will he get it? Yes, sirree. Touchdown, Falcons. We're going to be tied if they can get the extra point.
And looks like that's Jashawn Walker, the target right there, cutting right to the end zone and catching it perfectly on that route.
He had a seam right into the end zone. The pass was right there. He was wide open.
And it's crazy how Palmdale Falcons was working for them is just going through the air, Larry.
9:58 in the second quarter. Valdivia will try the extra point. They did it in the air, a bomb downfield. The Lopes are off sides. We'll see if that might make a change in the strategy. Sometimes when you get to the 1.5, you might want to try for 2, but I think Valdivia is still out there.
It almost seemed sort of intentional, like they were trying to have Palmdale a little bit closer so they can possibly go for 2 and stop them, but looks like that didn't work for AV. They're still going to kick it. Oh.
Flags, flags, flags.
Oh.
Valdivia just wants to get his kick off.
You see the ref in the white hat speaking to Coach Vondra.
They're going to talk it over on the sideline. I'm not sure if they're going to think about 2 here. It's a possibility. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
AV with some substitutions here in the line. So let's see what Palmdale does here.
Half the distance to the goal. It's at about the 1.5, 1.25. How does that work? It's the 2.5 yard line and you cut that in half, which makes it the 1.25. I do believe.
Let me get my measuring tape out, Larry, and see.
Suarez starts out in the gun. That's what happened last week against Paraclete. Paraclete used a penalty and decided to go for 2.
I think AV trying to rely on their defense here. Let's see what happens.
Man in motion to the right. Pitch to the right. Can he make it into the end zone? He dives toward the flag, and they're saying no.
Complaint, and it doesn't. Great stop for AV.
Lopes with the stop here. Big play.
You know what? So it did work. Lopes kind of took him out of the field goal strategy, made him go for 2, and stopped them with their defense, and still holding on to that 1-point lead.
The runner dove for the flag and came real close.
Yay! We just heard from the announcement that the Dodgers are up 2-0 over the Padres. If you're a Dodgers fan, definitely have a sense of joy right here and pride.
We've got people dancing in the
they
press
won.
box.
Oh, there we go. We're moving on. All right. Now I'm hyped up. Larry, I'm in a good mood.
What?
Dodgers have won.
It's over? What time did it start?
Really?
What time did the game start? Is the game over? Oh, it started at 5. It's over. It's a done deal. The Dodgers are moving on. Oh, my goodness.
From that 5-game series with the Padres. I can't wait to put that in my L28 Sports Report, Larry.
My goodness.
Yeah.
We're doing everything we can not to be the Braves of the 90s. We got to move on. We need to make it to the World Series and then some.
Well, with those good vibrations here, hopefully the Lopes can hold it down here at the home Mays Field, Brett Newcomb Stadium for this rivalry between the Lopes and the Falcons.
Valdivia, at least this time, will get a kick. This time it's the kickoff. And, of course, they probably would have been better off just letting him try that extra point. But when you're that close, if you can't get 1.25 yards, understand the strategy. Valdivia lines it up. Here comes the kick. It's an onside kick. I think Palmdale's got it. Palmdale went 10 yards at the 50, make that the 49. I think Palmdale's got an onside kick. Oh, my goodness. Gutsy play, gutsy call.
You know what? You got to take risks, Larry, if you want to make some impacts in the game, and Palmdale did just that.
It wasn't even close. The Palmdale team had 2 players near the ball, and it was, I don't want to say it was easy because they really executed it well. They got the Antelope Valley Antelopes to move back away from the ball, and they got it inside the 50. So the Lope defense will have to rise to the occasion. For all the trouble, the Lopes are still ahead. It's 7-6. Antelope Valley on top.
This game is one for the ages right now.
Cisneros in motion.
Ooh.
Pass over the middle, incomplete. Conley couldn't quite get there.
Stopping the clock at 9 minutes and 54 seconds here.
Bogan on defense.
I don't know, what a night though. I see the random fireworks in the background, and the timing of the plays and the players is just definitely complements the atmosphere here today.
I've got to think those were Dodger fireworks, but the Lopes, of course, they want to win here. They want to get into first place with Lancaster. I think Lancaster is 4-0.
Yeah, Lancaster's definitely 4-0. They just beat yesterday the Little Rock Lobos.
Back to pass. Lots of time. Throws it up in the air. A man is open, but it's overthrown at the 20.
Target was Deshaun Walker, the sophomore, right there on the left side. You know what? If I were Palmdale, I would look for that guy, Paul Turner, and see if he could do something for me.
Suarez had lots of time in the pocket. 9:48 second quarter. Good football game. Beautiful night for high school football. Friday night lights. Temperature, what would you say the temperature is? About 75, 80 degrees now?
It just feels just like that. I mean, with a little nice breeze, I don't mind being outside, Larry. Yeah, about 72 degrees, yeah.
3rd down and 10. Suarez standing at the 35-yard line. Cisneros in motion to the right. 3 wide receivers to the right. Cisneros and
Ooh.
Turner. Watch as the pass near Turner falls incomplete at about the 31-yard line.
Now, one can argue if he stretched out if he went for that pass, would he have caught it? I don't know.
Too low. Too tough of a play, I think. I've got to think punt. Of course, Palmdale has lived dangerously.
They have.
For a 2-point conversion, having an onside kick. They're going to kick it away.
If I was the AV, still be on the lookout for a fake punt, something tricky from Palmdale here.
Valdivia again. He does the kicking duties. Penalty flags. Is that Washington to receive the punt?
Look at the way delay of game, and that's on Palmdale.
No, it's actually Alexander, the quarterback, going back to receive the punt.
Oh yes, Tudor. The transfer, the athlete from Lusinger, definitely given a different dynamics to the slopes.
Jair
team.
Tudor Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Lopes need to stay spaced out and be leery of a possible fake punt.
I know I would be, Larry, because based on the trends and patterns of play calling from Palmdale, I mean, how many onside kicks today, right?
Looks like they're
put in the ball marked on the 49.
Here's Valdivia.
Oh,
Bad
bounces
snap.
it. Oh, another squib kick.
Gets a nice bounce from a potentially disastrous kick at about the 40. That may not have looked like much, but Valdivia did the best he could.
Right.
Got 20 yards out of it at least.
I think the intention there was to keep it away from Alexander, and they certainly did that.
Anthony Green, I should say Anthony Coleman, and James Vondra mixing it up here in Lancaster. Lopes will start it off now. 2 wide receivers left and right. They give it to Houston, though. Stacked up after a 2-yard gain, perhaps. Not a lot of running room. Houston has not really had a chance to get into the open field so far. Good Palmdale defense. 9:17 remaining here in the quarter. Lopes on top by 1, 7-6.
Yeah, Houston definitely a dangerous weapon to go off because he does average about 112 yards per game. And so if he gets going, watch out, Palmdale.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Alexander waits. Gives it to Houston.
Boom.
First down yardage. Good, hard 7-8 yard run. He kept his feet chugging inside Palmdale territory. The Lopes have had some good, hard offense on the ground. They had a really long drive that set up field position and ultimately resulted in that interception. Palmdale's done it fast and in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Lopes are probably at about 75, 80 yards of rushing so far.
Definitely sticking to the game plan here.
They average 190 yards on the ground per game. It's a keeper to the near sideline, picking up about 7 or 8 yards. Alexander.
Nice play by Alexander, running out of bounds, knowing that he didn't have too much far to go, and just did the smart decision there. Just about 8 minutes left here in the second quarter, and it's been a game so far.
Bogan on the near sideline. 3 wide receivers now, including Speck. Alexander has the snap, gives it to Houston, goes toward the far sideline, tries to cut in, has the first down, and down at about, I'd say, the 38-yard line.
Nice, powerful running right there, going up, carrying it up to the left side. I'm looking to see if there's any flags on the play, and looks like we're good to go.
First down. Once again, the Lopes have been not spectacular, but real solid on the ground so far. Grinding it out. And this is a big drive. They could go up by more than 1 score if they could get a touchdown here.
Palmdale looking like to be in a man defense. Let's see what happens.
3 wide receivers. They give it to Houston again. Not a lot of running room, but at the 35-yard line. It'll be third and about 7.
Houston definitely the embodiment of a power back. Definitely the favorite here for one of the running backs, yeah.
Houston comes to the sideline. I would assume Flint has replaced him. Alexander waits for the snap. They're showing second down. Pass into the flat. Falls to the ground, incomplete. Third down and 8 now. 6:58 remaining in the half. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. You're watching L28. Our awesome crew doing their best to bring you the action from Brent Newcomb Stadium, Mays Field. Third down and 8. 3 wide receivers split to the right. Alexander waits. Looks downfield. Rushed badly. Goes to his left. Throws it away. Escapes with his life. It's going to be 4th down.
Throws it away wisely there, and looks like we might. Oh, he got right back up.
Interesting situation. I'm not sure how much of a benefit you get. I suppose from the 40, you could try to pin them back. But, of course, a lot of high school teams are always thinking 4-down territory.
Yeah, with this position, I'm definitely would go for it here.
Alexander comes toward the sideline looking for directions. Coach Vondra talks it over, and I think a timeout.
Timeout.
Not a bad time for a timeout here. Big decision. What would you do, Joe?
I'll definitely talk it about with the team, but I'll definitely maybe send it to a commercial here.
We're going to take a brief commercial timeout.
You're watching L28.
If you call that go.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
We've got a good one, 7-6. The Lopes on top. They've got a big 4th down situation. I think they're going to go for it.
A great turnout here at Brent Newcomb Stadium. Great turnout for the fans. And now we're back from the timeout. Larry asked me, what do you think the Antelopes are going to do on this 4th down? And I think they're going to go for it.
3 wide receivers tipped us off. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. A lot of times you throw the ball downfield and the other team intercepts it and it works out to be a punt. They can't drop it on purpose,
Right.
which would be to their advantage. Here comes the pass. The rush is on, running for his life toward the near sideline, looking downfield, launches it. Incomplete at about the 18-yard line. Palmdale is held.
Intended target was Dion Bogan. And Hawkins just threw it a little bit behind Bogan, and he just couldn't catch that turnover on downs.
6:42 remaining in the half. A defensive struggle, 7-6. The Lopes on top by virtue of getting a stop on a 2-point conversion.
About 6:42 left here in the second quarter, and it's still been a game.
Here come the Falcons. Pitch to the right. Running room down the far sideline near the first down marker. Salazar got a full head of steam. They're calling it only 6 yards. I thought he was closer to the first down marker. Make that 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, bringing up second down now. Second down and 1. Yeah.
Nice down to work with. 2nd and short. Connolly on the near sideline here. Suarez hands it off. They've got the first down. Inside Lopes territory.
Marciano Salazar with the carry, and looks like enough for the first down there. But limping up on the play as he gets up.
Clock is running. Two wide receivers to the left. Conley and Mason. Suarez has a man wide open. Complete at the 20, cutting inside, has a seam, headed toward the end zone and scores. Big touchdown pass to Paul Turner.
Yeah, the elusive Paul Turner right there on that route. If you're another team watching, he's definitely one to circle on your scouting list. And Palmdale now taking the lead now, up 5.
I believe that was a 48-yard touchdown pass. 12-7 now. Up by 5. I think they're going to go for it again. Although a lot of times you really don't realize when you're trading field goals and touchdowns during the course of a game, you don't have to go for 2. That 3 points might matter, but they're going for it now. Palmdale for 2. Suarez throws for the end zone, has a man open, touchdown. I don't see a flag.
And that's
I said touchdown, actually, 2-point conversion.
6:01 left in the first half. Palmdale
Should be 14-7. We're waiting for the scoreboard.
14-7.
6:01 remaining, and it's 14-7.
Yeah, Palmdale just keeping it poised, and the composure answers back. And now they're up a touchdown with the extra point. 14-7.
They're very explosive. The Lopes have been very consistent and hard driving, but right now, Antelope Valley trails by 7.
And if the patterns are still going to be the same here, or trending here, I'm thinking Palmdale might do something of another squid kick.
Would not be a surprise at all. I can't imagine trying an offside kick again. That last one was really a surprise. Valdivia will put it on the tee.
Shout outs to the Antelope Valley cheer squad holding it down for this home game here at the Mays Field.
I believe Alexander is deep, but I don't think Valdivia is going to kick it to him. We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, here we go. Palmdale setting up for a possible onside kick. Lopes better get in position. Let's see what happens.
Valdivia boots it away. A long kick. Oh, my goodness. Into the end zone. That's a surprise. We expected it to go 20 yards shorter. Valdivia powers through. Lopes will take over on the 20. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at City of Lancaster, California to get all the updates you need of what's tea in our city. And of course, always check L28 for our own celebrities. The one and only JoJo Leo, Tiffany Glover, Jacobo Garrido. Who did I forget? Angel Stephenson. They bring you the news and the action and what's up in Lancaster. Here come the Lopes now. First and 10. Houston with a few yards, maybe 3.
AV continuing that strategy of just running the ball up the gut there and to the sides.
They've been consistent.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get Rashawn Hawkins involved in the game somehow.
Alexander out of the gun. Washington in motion. 3 wide receivers now to the left. Here's the snap. Big running room. Up the middle he goes. Continuing. That's Houston to the 40, to the 30. Finally dragged down from behind at the 22-yard line. Huge run. Houston finally broke one. He was due.
Gavin Houston with a great gain right there and trying to get back on that, get that momentum back on the AV side. Trying to answer back, down 7-14.
The offensive line of the Lopes has not given him a lot of running room to work with, but boy, a hole opened and he burst through, and he's not exactly slow either. Alexander.
Here he goes again.
I thought he'd be tired. They give it to him again, and he pushes forward, shy of the 10-yard line. He is a tough runner.
What a run there for Houston. Almost reminds me of like a Jerome Bettis type.
Usually you expect to give the running back a blow on the sideline after a long run. They went right back at him. 4:50 remaining in the first half. Lopes trying to tie things up. Palmdale hoping for a stop. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion. Snap. Hits Alexander in the stomach. He has to fall on it to be safe.
Those costly mistakes right there, just trying to take care of the ball, protect it, and manage it to try to prevent minimal of turnovers.
3rd down and about 3. I do think they'll go for it on 4th down if they can't pick it up. We'll see. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Houston the lone setback. Up the middle he goes, pushing forward.
Ooh.
I think he's shy of the first down. We'll have to see.
Number 5, Marciano Salazar on that stop as well, but
They're marking it right near the first down. Let's see.
I think he got it. Let's see what happens. Oh,
Tackle made by number 5, Salazar.
I'm waiting for the signal. Are they going to give us the extended hand, or are they going to measure? First down.
first down.
One of the things the Lopes are doing now, by having the 4 wide receivers, you've got to respect that a little bit. You can't just totally let those guys alone, and that opens things up
Absolutely.
for Gavin Houston.
Lopes recognizing that Palmdale's in the man defense, so trying to spread them.
Alexander on a keeper, goes to the outside, to the 10, and out of bounds.
Alexander on the keeper.
I like the way the play was conceived because they faked to Houston, which you've got to respect.
Right.
Not as much running room as you would hope for, but second down and about 8.
3 yards of play, second down, 7.
I definitely appreciate and notice the discipline of this AV Lopes football team.
Plus, they're using the clock. They don't want to leave any time on the clock either for Palmdale if they can at all help it.
Yeah, clock stopped at 3:46. Oh,
It's a keeper
ooh,
inside the 10, shy of the first down. Alexander goes down.
nice wrap up by Diego Leon from Palmdale, the old linebacker. They're the senior 5'11". Nice tackle.
Decision time now for the Lopes. You'd have about a 27-yard field goal if they tried to kick one. It's third down, so if they could make a little more, they'd be in field goal range. But on third down and about 6, we'll see what they do. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Alexander
Go to Houston.
up the gut. I think he's close to the
Woo!
first down. Houston, a powerful run.
You're not kidding. It takes at least 2 Palmdale defenders to take him down, and
Waiting for the signal. First down.
That would be enough for Antelope Valley. First down.
First down and goal. 2:52 remaining.
Goal to go.
Real nifty drive. Just what the doctor ordered for the Lopes. They were down 14-7, and they've really used a lot of discipline. And Palmdale's going to call a timeout, I do believe. We're going to have a timeout on the field.
timeout at 2 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the second quarter.
This reminder, every Thursday is Boulevard Market. Join us on the Boulevard Thursdays from 4 to 9 p.m. Shop for produce, enjoy a treat from our local vendors, and rock out to featured bands. Once again, Thursday is Boulevard Market.
Yeah, Boulevard Market every Thursday. Definitely a great time to take out the family. If you're visiting out of town, see what Lancaster's about, head right down to the Boulevard every Thursday, yeah.
Right now, the Lopes are on the move. A very solid ball control drive, although this one did have a big run in the middle of it. It had about a 50-yard run?
Oh, yes, by Houston that's breaking through, and
They've had 7 or 8 runs, including that big one, and they needed it badly. They were down by 7. Now a chance to tie things up. Also, you have to wonder if they don't try to take the lead with going for 2. We'll have to see.
2:39 left here.
Alexander and Houston. With the field spread.
We'll see how stingy the Palmdale defense can be here in the red zone. Oh, he's good.
Houston close, maybe to the 1.5-yard line. Running hard and hit hard. Carried down. Had a couple guys on his back.
Yeah, that was number 54, Ryan Conley, defensive end Jr. is kind of avalanching over Houston there.
Right at the 1. Alexander waits. Houston, really
Ooh.
close, waiting for a signal. I don't know if he made it. I don't think he did. I think he's at about the half-yard line.
Did it break the plane? Did the pigskin break the plane? Let's see.
Let's see where they place it.
Yeah, it looks like it's 3rd down.
Over center. Quarterback sneak.
Trying to
I
go.
don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so. There was an initial burst which put it close to the goal line, I thought. Let's see where they place it. It's going to be 4th down.
oh, he's short.
They're not showing any gain. It looked to me like Alexander pushed forward, but when you take the snap, you've lost a half a yard, too, at the same time.
Clock's running there at just under a minute to go. Will the Lopes get a play in before end of the half? Let's see what happens.
Huge play now. Huge defensive stand for Palmdale. Huge play for the Lopes. Alexander comes off the sideline. I liked him over center last time. Flint and Houston.
Oh, flag on the play.
Oh, this could be big if they go
Delay a
backwards.
game. Uh-oh, whistles and flags.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to go
on
backwards.
AV, yeah.
That really hurts. What do you do? Do you go for it?
You know, I would, definitely would here. Now you got the good thing is now you got a little bit more room to possibly do a misdirection, spread the field. Get a little creative here in this possible attempt for a score because
A mass of substitutions. I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm looking for Medrano to see if he's in the game. I don't see him. Once again, why not use your timeout? There's only 40 seconds left in the half, and you need to get it right, so to speak. If you put the ball in the air, you've always got the possibility of pass interference.
right.
At the same time, with the field spread, Houston's not a bad choice.
Absolutely.
If they fall for it, kind of a conundrum, tough situation, not sure what to do.
I think our friends here, Larry, is going to be field spacing and misdirection, or the two cards if I was going to play to be an offense for the Lopes. A little spacing, a little bit of misdirection, voila, touchdown.
Lots riding on this play.
Here we go.
They're definitely going for it. Alexander out of the gun. Houston to his left.
Let's see what the Lopes can do in this pivotal moment.
So close, but that penalty hurts so bad. Alexander has the snap, looks to his left, rolls to his left, looks like he's going to run. He's not going to make it. Tackled at the 5. Palmdale has stopped. The Lopes here, goal line stand.
That was Isaac Perez maybe on that stop, and Palmdale definitely proud of themselves on that play, stopping the Lopes here.
33 seconds left in the half. Palmdale remains on top 14-7. So close but no cigar. Heartbreak drive. They did so well with that big run by Houston, but that penalty moved them 5 yards off the goal line.
Last time AV turned it on downs, it was right by their goal side, and then I believe Dylan Archie had that interception right there. Remember when they were kind of pinched right there at their own end zone?
Not enough time, though. Palmdale's just going to kneel on the ball, I think.
I would do that. I would be conservative, stay alive here in the first half at, up a touchdown, and let's take that and let's talk some strategy in the locker room and just don't give AV the chance to get a turnover. But I don't know if they're going to gamble, and they'll see what happens.
Real interesting game. The clock is running. They're going to let
They're going to let it run.
They're letting the
run out.
clock run out. 10, 9, and so forth. We're going to go into the locker room. Antelope Valley trailing 14-7. Really interesting first half.
Interesting score in this rival game. AV down 7 points here in this intense game.
In essence, the difference now is that 48-yard touchdown pass to Paul Turner. Lopes head into the locker room. They'll talk things over. Again, they had some really bright spots on the ground, especially with that last drive. Couldn't quite convert. We're going to take an extended timeout at halftime. Hope you've enjoyed the action so far. We're here at Antelope Valley High School. It's 14-7. Falcons on top. We'll be back with second half action after this extended timeout.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
Welcome back from halftime, L28 viewers. This is Joseph Leo with Larry Wolf here, back from halftime. And what a game so far, 7-14. AV Lopes down a touchdown. We had the chance. Tiffany Glover was in the locker room with the AV Lopes, and this is what he heard from the huddle. They said you need to drive down the middle, come off the field, and tell the coaches what they're seeing and hearing on the field from their opponents. And, you know, they got to start taking it personal and getting that sense of urgency. The offensive linemen are on fire, hyping each other up to protect the quarterback and get some points on the board. And they're going to be aggressive. This game's not over, and it's time for stronger defense. Let's see what the Lopes can do here in the second half.
Really interesting first half. Palmdale did it in the air with some bombs. They had a 50-yard pass play and a 25-yard pass play in order to get back in the game when they trailed 7-0. That made it 7-6. And then there was a 48-yard touchdown to Paul Turner that made the score 14-7. And the Lopes answered with a real solid drive. They had about 10 plays, one of which was a 50-yard run, and it set up first and goal. They were at the 1-yard line, and things were tight, things were close. They couldn't quite punch it in the end zone, and then they had a procedure penalty, and that knocked it back to the 5, setting up 4th and goal, and they couldn't make it.
Right, like you said, Larry, close but no cigar, and they had a chance to just make this game even, but they got some work to do come second half, and I don't think they're going to not shy away from it in this rival game.
Once again, they're 3-0 in conference. It's not the end of the world, even if they were to catch a loss here. And, of course, they want to win. The game's only half over, and they've moved the ball effectively on the ground. So there's a lot of action left. There's a lot of time left. But, of course, Palmdale is a tough squad, and we've got quite a ball game.
Can't wait to see what happens here in the third quarter as the Lopes strategize, trying to get momentum back. But Palmdale will have the ball back, so let's see if the defense of the Lopes can be a little bit stingy here.
Once again, Palmdale will receive the kickoff, and they're already up by 7, so that's a good situation to be in. But, of course, the Lopes defense has been pretty tough. They've just had situations where they've allowed long passes. They've got to shore up the defense in that respect with the secondary.
Well, great game so far. These two teams really pitted really well against each other. Though the line from Palmdale really big too, giving the Lopes some problems trying to go up the gut there. But
I would guess the Lopes have gained maybe 115, 120 yards on the ground. And, of course, Palmdale has probably gained 120, 130, 140 through the air. And, of course, converting the long plays into the end zone has given Palmdale the lead 14-7. Once again, congratulations to the Dodgers. As I understand it, they won 2-0 and move on. Both teams now moving onto the field. The Lopes in kickoff formation. Falcons set to receive.
From the third quarter,
12 minutes on the clock, just about ready for the third period. We were told by the AD this is a rivalry forever, and both teams have not disappointed. Good, hard-fought first half. Right now, though, Palmdale getting the best of it, up 14-7, and waiting to receive the kick.
you can see AV trying to get that ball in position there off the tee.
Here comes the kick. We're underway.
Looks like it goes to out the fingers of
muffed.
Deshaun Wall.
Muffed at the moment, in trouble, and finally dropped at about the 10.
I'm sorry, that wasn't Deshaun Wall. That was number 8, Deshaun Walker for Palmdale, that nearly lost it.
Lopes now with a good opportunity for a defensive set. at about the 10. Let's see where they place it. It's at about the 12-yard line. Here come the Falcons. 1st and 10. Suarez has had a good day passing. I saw him warming up before the game, and again, I had thought that he was not going to be the starting quarterback, and he looked pretty good, and he's done well tonight. Up the gut run, pushing forward, dragging tacklers with him all the way out to the 25-yard line. Nice hard run.
That was Marciano Salazar.
Once again, a slew of different players than we saw against Quartz Hill.
Yeah, really effective against Quartz Hill. And seemed to be the same story here at AV in this close game.
Conley on the near sideline. Suarez waits for the ball. Cisneros in motion.
It looks like it's a flag party.
I think it's against Palmdale, even though Lopes players went bursting into the backfield. They were drawn off.
All right, we're going to go and talk about a little bit about Gavin Houston, number 3 senior running back, offensive line back. We spoke to Coach Reeves about Gavin Houston, and he said that his work ethic is crazy when it comes to practice. He comes every day. He's all natural. He's highly motivated, and he's definitely one of the star players.
Dump off screen to Conley. Nifty moves in and out, all the way out beyond the 43-yard line.
Back to Gavin again. He averages 112 yards per game, has the most touchdowns on the team so far with 7 touchdowns. And this kid is versatile. He plays baseball and volleyball as well. And what a kid.
And in that first half, he probably got 75 yards at least. He had 50 on one play. He may have had 80 or 90.
Yeah, definitely. When I met him, too, he definitely a focused individual. You can tell he means business, and he's ready.
1st and 10 now. Palmdale has gotten out of their own deep, bad territory situation, moving the ball. Dump off into the flat. Running room. Close to the first down. He fumbles the ball. I think the Lopes have it in the open field. I think the Lopes have it. 1st down, Antelope Valley.
When I saw it, it was either number 7, Deion Bogan, falling on it, or Malik Washington. But definitely, the AV Lopes got the ball back.
Lopes get a break near midfield.
So the Cards right now going for the AV Lopes here as they take over possession.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Ooh, nice
Misdirection into the secondary, bursting forward, all the way down to the 31-yard line is Houston.
And I love that because Gavin Houston pretty much proved everything I said to be correct as he brings that consistency and that persistency on that run.
Who is Zero? We don't have Zero on our roster. He helped the misdirection.
Oh, for the Lopes?
For the Lopes. Look at number 0. I don't think we have him on our roster.
That might be Deshaun Lewis, number 9, but I'll try to correct that because the number is kind of, the jersey's kind of tucked in. Can't see the whole number.
Here comes a pass.
Ooh.
Behind the receiver at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Bogan couldn't bring it in. He was going a little bit one way, and the ball was behind him. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, intended target. Deion Bogan couldn't, right behind him.
Two running backs again, 2 wide receivers to the right. A keeper Not a lot of running room, and stacked up at the 35 for a loss.
And then on the keeper, drop for a low.
Alexander couldn't quite get to the outside. Corralled. It's going to be third and about 13.
Number 5, Salazar on the tackle.
Once again, down 14-7. You got to think it's 4 down territory, and perhaps you call 2 plays or have 2 plays in mind.
Absolutely, and Palmdale's Marciano Salazar definitely making his presence felt as he's been involved in lots of stops here for Palmdale.
I think you're right. I think number 0 is really number 9, Deshaun Lewis.
Yeah.
He has his uniform tucked up. You can only see the top part of it. Here comes a pass. Chased out of the pocket. Looking downfield.
Ooh.
Throws deep toward the end zone. Leaping up and unable to bring it in. Number 7, Bogan. It was close. What a throw on the run.
Right, intended target, Dion Bogan on that, almost leaping to catch that pass. And, wow, we're now at 4th and 14, Larry.
Alexander was running for his life. Almost got tripped up. Got to the outside. Made a whale of a throw with that kind of pressure. And it wasn't far off. It was close. I think they're going to punt now. I do believe Ross is going to punt. Dwayne
Yeah.
stands at about the 48-yard line. They'll try to pin Palmdale back.
Try to put their hat on the defense here and let's see what happens.
The defense looks like it's playing for a fake.
Right. Oh,
Kick is off.
nice kick.
Good spot. Toward the end zone it goes. Can they stop it? Into the end zone.
Nice attempt by number 5, though, trying to corral that.
Speck, the wide receiver,
Right.
couldn't quite control it.
Kenyatta Speck, the 5'5 senior. And last time AV pinned down Palmdale in the end zone, they had a safety, but not this time.
Sometimes if you can angle the ball toward the sideline and just get it to go out of bounds, you get the benefit
Right.
without it going into the end zone.
Yeah, and that was a great kick, too, because it was a nice spiral, went right there to the left of the field, but just couldn't corral it in. But here we are.
Here comes Palmdale. Second drive of the half.
Ooh.
Up the middle they go. Lots of running room for the moment. First down yardage.
Oh
Trying
my
to break
gosh.
tackles all the way out to the 42.
That's Marciano Salazar again.
Number 6, Linares.
Kept those legs chugging away.
Out past the 42 to 43-yard line.
Salazar says, hey, Falcons, go jump on my back, and here we go.
8:02 remaining here in the third period. AV trailing 14-7. They need a stop. Palmdale with their standard 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in motion now.
Ooh, going to Salazar again.
Good broken tackle. Salazar continues pushing forward out to the 49.
What was really scary on that play, Larry, was that Palmdale almost had a fake reverse as I saw Paul Turner, number 15, in the backfield. So if they run that set again and this time run the reverse, Paul Turner could have done something. So Palmdale showing the options here.
Once again, the spread offense has a lot of advantages in that it does spread the field, and you can do all kinds of nifty things. Palmdale with a tighter offensive set now. Man in motion to the right. Pass down the far sideline. Off beyond the outstretched hands of Mason.
Yeah, Joseph Mason. Again, Palmdale showing off the weapons. Mason part of that wide receiver core for the Falcons. About 6 o'clock stopped at 6:54 left here in the third quarter.
Third down and about 4. Mason and Conley on the left. Man in motion. Up the middle they go. Lots of running room and first down yardage for Salazar.
Salazar again, but taken down by Dejan Wall. 5'8" senior with the stop. Unfortunately, a first down for Palmdale.
Palmdale on the move. Lopes badly need a stop. They don't want to go down by more than 7 points.
I can see the Lope mascots on the sidelines there. Just a little bit nervous here about the game.
Pitch to the right in the backfield.
Oh,
Good defensive play. Good penetration. Maybe the loss of perhaps a half yard.
and that's what the Lopes need. Nice stop by Deshaun Lewis right there. But again, going back to what they said in the huddle, back at halftime, they got to just really start calling it out, being vocal about what they see, start playing like a team and getting that defense in order.
Lewis averages 8.6 tackles a game. He wants to be like Ray Lewis, the Ravens great.
Right. Yeah, and another fun fact, Deshaun Lewis is a younger cousin of Gavin Houston. So it is truly a family affair here with the Lopes.
Second down and 10. Linares in the game at halfback. Cisneros in motion. Another long pass. Conley is there, but it's over his head. Third and long.
You know, nice smart play going to Connolly. They definitely saw the mismatch there. They see Malik Washington guarding Connolly, and there's definitely a height disparity right there.
Suarez is always dangerous. He likes to put the ball up. He's had some success. 2 long pass plays, a 50-yarder, a 48-yarder. He also had a 25-yard pass. Lots of pressure on those defensive backs. 5:09, third quarter, 14-7. Lopes trailing by 7.
Yeah, I would watch that matchup between Connolly and Malik Washington on the bottom of your screen.
Suarez rush, throws deep downfield, has a man open. Will he get it? Yes, touchdown. Another completed pass.
Was that Paul Turner?
I believe it's Turner.
Yep.
Another on-the-money pass by Suarez. And now the Lopes are in trouble. It's 20-7.
Down 13, 5:02 left to play, and Antelope's got to do a little bit of soul searching here as we're down 13.
Palmdale extends the lead to 27. Pending a P18.
Valdivia will try the extra point.
Spot. Kick.
Gets it through. 21-7.
5:02 left in the third quarter.
So lots of game time left here with 5:02 in the third quarter. If the Lopes can put something together, maybe get a nice offensive run and then get a stop, maybe they can be down only, tie the game up or be down 1 touchdown.
They need a long drive. One of the problems, though, they do it on the ground, and it eats up a lot of clock. Now, there's only 5:02 in the third period, and that's plenty of time on some levels. But if you have a 7-8 minute drive, then you're still down by 7, and the other team's got the ball, and there's only so many possessions left in the game.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, when you go with the ground game, it does take up a lot of that clock time. And I'm watching the Palmdale Falcons, and that defensive, offensive line is not getting tired. So what you think, Larry, on this? You think Palmdale will do another onside kick, or are they going to kick it away?
No, they're going to kick it away.
Kick it away. Yeah, with a lead like that.
Valdivia pretty skillful in how he handles kicking duties. He's got a leg. He hit one into the end zone that wasn't returned at all. Lopes could use a big return here.
My eyes are on Jair Tudor Alexander. If he gets that ball, gets some blocks, maybe he can get a return here. Let's see what happens.
How many quarterbacks run back the kickoff?
We might see one. Uh-oh.
At the 20, coming to the near sideline.
Oh, Speck. Ooh.
Speck cut off for the moment, breaks away and finally wrestled down at the 18.
Palmdale's number 7 and number 12.
Speck was thrown to the ground hard, but he was so hard to bring down. It's kind of like you kind of understand the physicality required to take him down because he is running tough.
Yeah, like on that play, Palmdale needed 2 defenders to take him down.
Here come the Lopes. Two running backs, 2 wide receivers to the right. Kind of a power formation, expecting a run. Houston stacked up at the 20. Make that the 30. Maybe got a yard and a half.
Going back to Gavin Houston right there and knocking over some Palmdale Falcon pins, right?
They still got him, though, for just a 2-yard gain. He's tough. You'd think that line would wear out a little bit.
Yeah,
Lopes finally broke one on the drive in the first half. They need to break one now. Alexander has the snap, gonna pass. Throwing long, down the near sideline, out of bounds.
Intended target, Rayshawn Hawkins.
Lopes hoping for a flag, but I didn't see one. Big third down play now.
.355 left to play, clock stopped. As the Lopes trying to surmount a comeback here and see if they can get the momentum back here.
Fans stomping out a cheer. .355 remaining in the third period. Alexander waits, has the snap, looks downfield. Still looking, still looking. Now he's rushed. Off to his left.
Oh,
Throws the ball and it's picked off at the 48-yard line by Palmdale down the far sideline and down to the 25. Huge turnover now.
Joseph Mason on that interception there for Palmdale.
Lopes badly need a stop now. They trail by 14 and great field position on the interception.
Another demoralizing play by Palmdale, and hopefully the Lopes can keep their composure here and get a turnover of their own and answer back.
3 wide receivers to the left. Salazar, the running back. He's carried the ball a lot with authority.
As we have time here, I just want to give a special shout out from Angie Doss, who works at the Lancaster Facility and Maintenance for the City of Lancaster. Her grandson, Jamar Jackson, actually plays for Palmdale, and so I just want to give a quick shout out for that because it's really nice.
We'd rather he was playing for the Lopes, but
Right.
he's doing his thing. Congratulations. We're not supposed to be homers. Jamar Jackson, grandson of Angie Doss.
But looks like they're trying to determine the spot here.
The ball marker's on the 26. The ball looks like it's about on the 26. I'm not sure what the issue is. Maybe it's the quality of the ball. Usually, your offense gets to choose its own goal, their own pigskin. Here's the snap. Quick pass into the flat. Conley tries to break a tackle and can't. Maybe he got a yard falling forward.
Connolly, a very noticeable target for Palmdale.
He's a big kid. Second down. Lopes defense digging in. Clock running, 3:07 here in the third period. They're going to talk it over on the sideline.
Looks like it might be a timeout from Palmdale here. Yep, it is.
Special thanks to our crew bringing you the action. We have right now working hard Chris Saunders, Tiffany Glover, Jacobo Garrido, Joe Leo, and Angel Stephenson doing their best to bring you the action here from Antelope Valley High School. 2:51 remaining. It's 21-7 now. Palmdale on top.
And we'll be right back after these messages, Larry, from this Palmdale timeout.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
Back to the action. Second down and 10. Joshua Suarez. Split formation, 2 left, 2 right. Salazar the lone setback.
Let's see if Palmdale goes to the air again. Yep.
They are this time. Suarez rushed.
Oh, nice.
Taken down.
Ooh. Nice pressure displayed by Dejan Wall.
I like what the linemen did. They had a borderline late hit, and they immediately tried to help up the quarterback because they didn't want to make it look extra bad.
Right.
And they were no evil intentions. I think it was a clean snack, but they didn't want to take any chances on a penalty. Third down now and 25. Maybe 23. One thing to look out for, though, if anything, this gives them more field to work with.
Right.
3 wide receivers to the right. They're going to pass. Suarez rushed again, throws for the end zone. I don't think it's going to get there. Alexander couldn't track it down, but it's incomplete. It's 4th down.
Yeah, he was moving his head like he was sensing it, like it was somewhere around there, but didn't get a good tracking on the ball. Palmdale with a long way to go.
Lopes may have gotten their stop. Alexander going back for the punt. Probably hoping, if nothing else, it goes into the end zone. Palmdale will try to pin him back. Valdivia will be punting it away. He's standing at his own 48-yard line. Whistles, play dead. They may have taken too much time.
Play clock? Let's see what the refs say on this one.
It's going to go against Palmdale.
Oh, false start, right? Yeah, false start.
Against Palmdale.
1:53 remaining in the third period. Lope should get the ball back. We'll check out the field position depending on the punt. Valdivia has the snap and another flag.
4th and 22. Still a minute 53 left to play here. Lots of game time. We got a whole almost 2 minutes and a quarter left for the Lopes to mount a comeback.
Here comes the snap. Valdivia gets it off.
Ooh.
Nice kick. All the way down inside the 5, and they down it. No, I think they're calling it a touchback. Oh, my goodness. I think they touched the line. Let's see.
Let's see what happens.
No, they're saying they stopped. I thought somebody may have had their foot in the end zone, but they're going to give it to Palmdale on the save, if you will. Lopes now have 99 yards to go. Antelope Valley has its work cut out for them. They trail by 14, but they do have the ball. At this point, they just need to get some running room, some breathing room, if you will. Alexander out of the gun to the near sideline.
Houston on the move. Houston. Ooh, nice.
Breaks the tackle,
stiff
continues all the way to the 30.
Wow.
Well, they got some running room. They got some breathing room on that play.
That's what the doctor ordered on that one. They got the room now.
Stops the clock as they move the chains. It might seem premature, but time is a factor because of how much Antelope Valley likes to run.
Absolutely here, and Lope's got to get that sense of urgency going and put some points on the board.
Two running backs. Alexander in the gun. Keeper tries to get to the outside, but they sniff it out nicely and tackle him for a loss.
Falcons on the swarm on that stop. And the clock is ticking here. 52 seconds and counting.
AB has really had no passing, and that has really caused the defense to be in a situation where they don't need to keep you honest for the most part. They still spread the field with two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Alexander with 21 seconds. Man in motion to the left. That's Washington.
Oh, here we go.
Houston hitting the backfield.
Palmdale all over it.
Houston has really earned every yard because he hasn't had a lot to work with. He's done it pretty much on his own many times here.
Right.
That's it for the third quarter. 21-7 as we go to the fourth.
Yeah, the Lopes got their work cut out for them. As we go to the fourth here, and here we go. Look at the AV cheerleaders. They're wearing the vest due to its neon time here. That's the theme of the game. So you can see the AV cheerleaders there trying to cheer the comeback on for the Lopes.
Also, if you're a senior and you'd like to have healthier habits, join Movers and Shakers Senior Walking Club. Meet up every Wednesday for a morning walk at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Be a walker, not a mall walker. Be a senior walker.
Right. I love the walk because they got the Movers and Shakers shirts, and it's really nice. You can really get your nice stroll on, and
It's outdoors. You won't spend any money.
Exactly.
We go to the fourth. Antelope Valley needs a drive badly.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 12 minutes to work with. They need a touchdown, a stop, and a touchdown. Tall order.
All right, here we go. We're going to go back to the AV cheerleaders once again and go show us a little bit, some moves here.
Third down about 10.
Third down now. Ball knocked in the air, falls incomplete at about the 26. Like the idea, couldn't quite execute it though. Fourth down, they're going to have to punt. .11:52, clock stopped.
Now if the Lopes can convert that cheer energy into some sort of field progression, that'll be something.
Ross will punt. Standing near the 15-yard line.
To receive for Palmdale looks like, is that number 9? Let's see here.
Is that Leon?
Diego Leon. Oh, flag.
Palmdale should have some good field position.
Clock still stopped at 11:52 here. Yeah, AV pushed back here, ready to punt.
Low snap. This could be trouble. Running to his left, trying to get to the near sideline.
That's Dwayne Ross, number 11, trying to make a play, and
Down at the 24-yard line.
They go on down inside the low
yeah,
30-yard line.
trying to make something out of nothing there with that low snap, and now it gives Palmdale.
He ran for his life. He was never in a position where he could even try to kick the ball away. Did his very best, got it out to the 24, and now the Lopes really need a stop. 11:39 remaining in the game. Palmdale with fabulous field position, if you will. Lopes dig in. Once again, they're 3-0 in conference. That, of course, is in jeopardy at the moment.
Looks like a timeout for Palmdale here on the field.
11:39 remaining in the game. First half very close. But Palmdale, with their passing, managed to pull away by 7, and now they're up 21-7 here in the fourth quarter. They'll talk it over on the sideline, and I think we're going to go to a commercial.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports. Cisneros in motion. Misdirection. Up the gut he goes, pushing tacklers down as he pushes toward the goal line. Marciano Salazar.
Salazar has been a thorn in the defense of the Antelope Valley Lopes here as he constantly is going up the gut, going to the side, getting large gains here and there. He's just been breaking it down.
Hard running by Marciano Salazar. First down. Ball at, I believe, about the 12-yard line. They could get a first down. Suarez waits for the snap. Cisneros in motion.
Salazar gets it again.
Near the 5-yard line. About 5 yards. It's actually at about the 8-yard line. Second down and 5.
About 10 and counting here in the fourth quarter, Larry, and Palmdale in scoring position here as they're in the red zone.
Salazar is listed as a tight end and a linebacker. He's running like a linebacker today. Really hard running.
Reminds me of like a Kelsey or Tony Gonzalez.
They're going to tuck it over on the sideline.
Timeout, Palmdale.
Palmdale does call the timeout. Once again, this reminder, if you need a fun, safe place to celebrate Halloween, join us at the LCC Trunk or Treat, October 31st from 3 to 6 p.m. Costumes are encouraged, admission is free, a safe place to have and celebrate Halloween.
If I was AV right now trying to come back in this game, I mean, you got about 9 minutes and 57 seconds. You really got to start hustling on the defense. Let's put all the emotions down to the side, right, and let's just go ahead and take care of business, and let's take each possession moment by moment, second by second. And
need a stop, maybe a strip or a fumble.
Right, step by step is what the Antelopes need to do here.
Can't afford to give up any more points.
Right.
Suarez out of the gun. Salazar behind him in a virtual I formation, if you will.
And if I were a sidekick or a fortune teller, let me say that they're going to go to Salazar again. And based on that formation, they're probably going to go up the gut here or maybe behind some blockers. So just be careful if I were the Lopes here.
Second down and 5. Cisneros in motion. Give it to Salazar. Hitting the backfield. I think they stopped him this time. Finally. That's the first loss I've seen from this kid. He has run hard today.
Nice stop by Alexander, number 77 on the Lopes there. Jeremiah Johnson wrapping that up there and showing some passion.
Loss of about 2. Third and 7.
Still a long way to go. But we're going to need some of those miracles like Dylan Archie did earlier in the game.
Suarez waits. Salazar to his left. Man in motion. They give to Salazar again. Hit.
Ooh.
I didn't see it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
play action
Connolly
pass.
Nice slant,
Play action pass, and Conley gets the slant touchdown. I didn't see it. My goodness.
Yeah, really nice.
I thought Salazar had the ball. He didn't. It was a fake handoff to him. And Conley, who's a really big target, was wide open for the score.
I mean, Larry, you can't miss him, and it was a great play by Palmdale. I mean, just from a football standpoint, you got to appreciate the strategy and play right there. And
heartbreaking turn of events for the Lopes. They trail now 27-7.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody racked up. Salazar was hammered, and I thought he had the ball when they got him, but he was bluffing. Here comes the extra point attempt. Looks good and is good. It's now 28-7.
Wow, 7-28, Larry.
Suarez has been so effective in the air, usually from a longer distance. He faked the handoff to Salazar. Salazar was hit. Conley knifed across, wide open for the touchdown. 28-7.
All right, we got a request from the crowd here. Just to let you all know, AV Lopes Youth Football is in the house watching their bigger Lopes here in this rivalry game. So shout out to the AV Lopes Youth Football holding it down here. AV Lopes against the Palmdale Falcons in this great rivalry game.
At this point, you have to wonder if the Lopes can manage to start passing because they just don't have enough time. They trail by 21 points, 8:57. Obviously, they need a drive now. We'll see if they can open it up a little bit.
Yeah, with the down 4 touchdowns, it's going to be quite an uphill to climb.
Valdivia will kick it away.
But interesting fact here, I got a fun fact. AV Lopes Youth Football, actually, Tiffany Glover's dad, Marco Johnson, used to coach for them. Yeah.
Did he play for him too?
Yeah.
He was a star, an absolute star at AV High School.
Yeah, Tiff was actually a cheerleader, and then the older brother was playing on the team as well. So,
Kickoff goes out of bounds. They throw the flag. Lopes will go to work on offense.
Yeah, you get to see the body language of the Lopes right now. Just trying to dig deep right now. We got to keep our composure. I mean, it's 8:55 left. Still lots of game time. We can still cut the game down to maybe half. To maybe just a 14-point deficit.
Once again, only 8:55 to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander and Houston. 4 wide receivers. They'll pass. Little pass into the flat beyond Washington. Too much on it. Just showing that pass opens things up a little bit, and of course it doesn't take any time because the clock stops.
Definitely these two teams in playoff contention. If AV would have wins this game, they would be in the 4th spot. But Palmdale here.
Houston up the middle.
Ooh.
Continues bowling forward. Has a first down at the 48. Nice hard run.
And that's what I love about Houston. He's still continuing that hard running. He's still doing the same performance.
They need to go with the hurry-up offense if they have any hope at all, I would think. They just can't spend as much time in the huddle.
Time is ticking. And now we got a timeout.
Injured player, I believe a Palmdale
Palmdale
Falcon is injured. Training staff will tend to him.
Timeout and a little valley. First timeout. The same area.
It's an injury, not a timeout.
Injury timeout.
Injury timeout.
Tiffany Glover is going to be going down to the field as the game ends for interviews. Right now, both teams talk it over on the sidelines as the injured player is walked off.
Actually, Larry, I think that might be up in the air if Tiffany will go to on the field, but
We'll sort it out and let you know what the plan is. Right now, the plan for the Lopes is they need yards and a score fast. Actually, multiple scores. Clock is stopped at 8:23.
Great defense shown by Palmdale in this game. Oh, you give it to
Another run play.
Nice.
Broken tackles and another first down. Continuing to drive forward at about the 38-yard line.
Oh,
Not to be denied. My goodness.
ball was given to Deshaun Lewis, and he took that. But time is still ticking. Seven minutes and 45 seconds and counting for the Lopes to mount this comeback.
Just getting a score, perhaps getting the crowd back in the game would be helpful as well. I think they're going to take too much time at the rate they're going here.
Well, time looks like has stopped at 7:40, and now they're running it back again. So here we go.
Clock is running.
But you definitely feel the frustration from the Lopes here as they trying to get some positive impact here.
Houston has a few.
Again, Larry, great strategy in the beginning to run the ball, but like you said here, time is of the essence. And you remember we're watching that 808 football with the Lancaster Baptist and Golden Eagles, and you saw how quick, but of course that's 808, you know.
They could put points on the board in a hurry. 2nd down and 7. Alexander. Two wide receivers now to the right, one to the left. Going long for the end zone, has a man close. To the ground he goes, and a flag. That's a big play.
Well, maybe a little bit
Pass
of PI.
interference.
Yeah. Malik Washington, the intended target.
He took a tumble.
Clock has stopped at 6:24.
Lopes badly needed a break. They need a few breaks. That does get the crowd into it a little bit more. Here come the Lopes on the move.
Lopes in scoring position here in the red zone.
Houston and Lewis in the backfield. Going to the air again. Uh-oh. There's a pick six, I do believe. Are you kidding me? All the way downfield, untouched.
And Joseph Mason read that one like a book.
Thought he was going to be playing quarterback. He's playing DB, and he gets the pick six.
Another demoralizing play by Palmdale as they got the pick six on that, Larry.
I saw Mason catching passes. And now as a DB, a huge pick six.
Yeah, stopping the clock on that touchdown at 6:08 as Palmdale will now go for increasing the lead. 7-34 right now, but possibly to 35, and Lopes got their work cut out for them.
Valdivia in the game for the kick. Line is set. Kick is up. And Valdivia hits it again. 35-7 now. Palmdale on top.
Well, it's time to go back to the chalkboard as AV here. Maybe trying to get some more points on the board here is at least what I would try to focus on and give us some momentum come the next game here as we still have 6 minutes and 8 seconds left.
Comes a time when you just have to play for next week.
What do you think, Larry, it was that one pivotal moment with the Lopes had. They were right there at the goal line after a big gain by Gavin Houston, and they were just right there, and they couldn't punch it in at the goal line. And that was kind of like a pivotal moment of the game because the game was, what, 14-21 or something like that?
14-7. It would have tied it up. It would have tied it up at halftime. Our halftime score was 14-7, and the Lopes just missed. And since then, it's been all Palmdale.
Right. And a true illustration of how momentum and penalties and
looked for a moment like the Lopes were going to get some momentum and cut it to 14. Onside kick. Are you kidding me?
Palmdale really.
I'm not sure why they did that up 35-7. If nothing else, the Lopes will have good field position because of it. .603 remaining here in the fourth period. The Lopes and the Falcons. Ongoing rivalry.
Absolutely. Lopes probably won't get this one, but the last time when they won was only by, what, 1 point? 22-23? And now they get another win here in this meeting here, in this rivalry game. Oh. They give it to Houston, and Houston on the run, gets some gains. Going up the left side, flag on the play. Ooh. Almost hit our cameraman Akobo Garrido, but Gavin Houston getting up gingerly. He gets right back up.
Tough runner.
Mind over matter, Larry, as he was in some pain. He just got right back up, and that attests to his work ethic. And that's the one thing from Gavin Houston. You're going to get the same quality of play whether you're down 20 or up by 20. And he's still showing that same composure and outlook right now.
They march the penalty off against AV.
The ball's going back there. Ball looking like to be on the 48.
Once again, Houston has had a really good ball game, and again has not had a lot to work with. He has not had an abundance of holes to run through.
Right. No. Oh, there he goes again. Nice running by Houston. Let's see what he could do.
All the way inside the 40-yard line.
.5:10 left to play as Houston getting some more running yards here and gains. But definitely not the end of the world here for the Lopes. Still lots of things to build off of. Again, you learn a lot by your losses, and it takes losing to win. So definitely some things to look at.
Alexander came off the sideline, has the play, waiting now for the snap. Up the gut they go. Why not? Helmet goes flying off.
That was the helmet of number 66 off the Falcons. Alexander Montez, the sophomore guard, getting involved in some defensive action.
2nd down and 6. 4:13 and the clock keeps running. Gotta hope the Lopes can get it in the end zone just because. Alexander. Little look-in pass. Complete. Close to the first down.
Target was Kenyatta Speck, the senior 5'5".
He averages a completion in about 5.5 yards a game. Got one there. First down.
Yeah, clock stopped at, oh, there we go. Starts running now. About 3:37 left to play and ticking.
Alexander waits. Play action pass, a keeper. To the far sideline, has first down yardage. Out of bounds to stop the clock.
That was Jair Tudor Alexander right there. Hey, Tiff, where's our next game at?
Our next game will be Knight versus Lancaster.
That's going to be a good one because Lancaster on a streak right now. And can't wait to see it against Pete Knight. That's going to be a good matchup. Which that was, I think, our first telecast of the season. And this time is going to be even better because now you're going to be in there, Larry.
Alexander throws for the end zone, has a man open, touchdown! Washington in the end zone.
Well, that's definitely something they could put their hat on and build off of, but nice touchdown there by Malik Washington on that reception. 2:35 left to play, but now it's going to be 14-35 if they complete the field goal. But the Lopes needed a lot more of those kind of plays happening throughout the game, right?
They sure do. Medrano will get a chance for the extra point. 2:35 remaining.
Yeah, definitely chilly at 67 degrees here.
Line set. Kick is up. Right through. 35-14. again, I mentioned earlier, why not go for it just because they got it into the end zone and on a positive note, getting ready for next week. In fact, next week AV will be at Highland.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
Palmdale, now they're in pretty good shape because they go to play Little Rock, and Little Rock is at the bottom. So Palmdale, in terms of their conference record, is bound to be better. AV at Highland, and of course we're L28. Knight against Lancaster will be there.
Yeah, great football action on the lineup there, Larry, and it's going to be a really competitive Golden League.
Once again, looking at the standings, AV is going to fall to 3-1. Palmdale will be 2-2. We don't have scores from around the league, but stay tuned. Lots is happening in football. JoJo's looking up things now. Quartz Hill.
Wow, Quartz Hill just beat Knight, skunked them 49-0.
So they're up to a 500 record at 2-2.
Yeah. Let's see here. Little Rock. Oh, they just played Lancaster and lost this past Thursday. And Berkeley. Oh.
I think the kick just went into the end zone.
Right now, Paraclete in a battle here in fourth quarter, actually down 22-34 to Cathedral. Going across to the west side of town.
Palmdale will have the ball. In command, 35-14. Flag on the field. I'm not sure what the flag was. Did the ball make it into the end zone and then go out of bounds? It was right near the flag.
Yeah, it could have been a touchback coupled with a penalty, and that's why they got the ball. Yeah, to the 40. Maybe a illegal procedure, huh?
Well, they're putting the ball.
Oh, personal foul.
Finally at the 35 is where it's going to be placed.
So they got the return plus, the personal foul.
Falcons with the ball. 2:32 left in the game. Salazar.
There goes that man again.
First down yardage, right at the first down marker. Usually he goes up the gut. That's the first time he kind of circled around to the outside just a little bit. First down.
Man, Palmdale's still hitting on all cylinders. 2 minutes and 2 minutes and counting. But you know, Larry, after watching that Quartz Hill and Palmdale game, it really kind of showed me what Palmdale is really good at, and it's in the air.
They don't have the highest percentage in the world, but boy, when they complete them, they're long. First down.
Ooh,
Salazar gets the handoff for the near sideline to the 50.
Ooh.
Dragged down, almost horse-collared. And that's Alexander on defense.
Looks like it was no flag on the play, so it was clean. But definitely a hard hit.
And dragged down by the jersey.
Yeah. I think looks like they might just eat up the clock and call it a game, but a minute and 3 ticking on down, they may just go ahead and take a knee and run out the clock.
Probably one more play. 49 seconds and counting. First half was a close one, but the second half has been all Palmdale. 30 seconds, and that will do it. They go to the sidelines. This game is history. 23 seconds and counting down. They'll meet at the 50-yard line.
And what a game here, Larry. As final score 14-35 as the two teams will meet in line, single file line, and congratulate each other. What a hard-fought game in this rivalry game. First half was really intense, and Palmdale ended up in the second half just running away with it, Larry.
Once again in the first half, 50-yard pass play, a 25-yard pass play set up a touchdown. A 48-yard touchdown to Paul Turner made it 14-7. The Lopes were still in the game at that point and had a long drive. It included a 50-yard run. They got to the goal line, maybe a yard and a half out, but they could not punch it in. And we went into the locker room with a score 14-7. In the second half, oh my goodness, a 40-yard touchdown pass to Turner.
Right.
A 20-yard punt resulted in what turned out to be a TD to Connolly, then a pick six by Mason, and this game was a rout. Fortunately for the Lopes, they did get a touchdown from Alexander to Washington to make it 35-14, and that's the final score. Hope you've enjoyed the action. Once again, next week, AV plays against Highland, Palmdale plays against Little Rock, and of course, tune in to Channel 28, Night against Lancaster. Special thanks to our crew, Tiffany Glover, Chris Saunders, Jacobo Garrido, Joe Leo, and Angel Stephenson. They made it happen. Once again, the final score, 35-14, Palmdale wins.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!